Hello everyone. You have probably heard how important social media are, how they can benefit business on the internet, on TV, in the newspaper or magazine. But this report sounds too good to be true. Today I want to talk about a case study of a successful crowdfunding project that is developed right on Texas A&M Commerce campus. I want to let you know that social media-based business is not some mirage that is far away from us. The successful cases of using social media to create new business happens almost every minute around us. More important, we want to analyze some factors that can influence the successful project on social media, such as the crowdfunding websites. The project I want to talk about today is called a Critter Cutter. It is a bottle opener that is developed by Dr. Jeremy Sanjiang. Dr. Sanjiang is a professor in the College of Business at Texas A&M Commerce. His family once owned a luxury boat manufacturing company called Chris-Craft. In early 20th century, Chris-Craft was as famous as Ford Motors, General Motors, and Chrysler. The family sold the company in 1960s, but Dr. Sanjiang kept his family's engineering talents. He is very interested in developing new tools or devices. His research interest is IT crowdfunding and intelligent supply chain management. He found a very interesting website called Kickstarter.com during his research process. What is Kickstarter.com? It is a crowdfunding website. Here we meet a new concept, crowdfunding. What is it? In the class lecture, I talked about the concept of crowdsourcing. Basically, crowdsourcing and crowdfunding refer to the same concept. Entrepreneurs can show their business ideas or designs to potential investors on the crowdfunding websites. And then the investors from all over the world will donate money to the project if they like it. Entrepreneurs will not only get financial support, but also will get very valuable feedback from investors on crowdfunding websites. So when entrepreneurs transform their business ideas into a real product, they can keep improving the quality of the product. Dr. Sanjiang began to think how to combine his interest with the new IT crowdfunding. He designed the bottle opener called the Critter Cutter and posted on Kickstarter. When you publish a new project, try to find funds from investors on Kickstarter. You have to follow certain rules. First of all, you have to tell the website how much money you plan to get. If you reach the funding goal in a certain time, let's say 1 month or 2 months, Kickstarter will give all the investment to you. The actual investment you get could be much more than what you desired. Kickstarter only charges a very small percentage of commissions by providing the crowdfunding service. But if you couldn't reach the funding goal in certain time, all the investment will be returned to the investors. In this case, Dr. Sanjiang planned to get $4,000 as the investment funds, but finally he got $10,444. This is a successful crowdfunding project on Kickstarter. Now I want to show you a video about Dr. Sanjiang's design so you will know how this bottle opener works.
Like this? Okay, let's start from the beginning. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Critter Cutter.
That's okay. You got to cut through the wrapper too. Was that easy?
Yes. Very easy.
Very interesting project, right? How can you get successful on Kickstarter? One interesting thing is, on Kickstarter, the investors from all over the world are not called investors, they are called backers. When you have a better understanding of backers, you will also understand the factors that can influence a successful project on Kickstarter. According to Dr. Sanjiang, the investment process on crowdfunding websites such as Kickstarter is different from the traditional investment process that you can see on the TV show such as the Shark Tank. If you watch the Shark Tank, you will find out the traditional investors will decide if they want to invest in a project by looking at how much money they will get in the future. But on Kickstarter, backers are usually driven by the social cause. Backers usually don't get any money return after they invest money in the entrepreneurship project. The backers' intrinsic factors, such as their appreciation of a new device, new technology developed by the entrepreneurs, are more important than money return when they make decisions if they want to invest in the project. What does this mean to entrepreneurs? When you develop a crowdfunding project on Kickstarter, you want to provide plenty of information about your project. You want to tell the potential backers, besides the money return, what kind of benefit your project or new technology can bring to the society. The information update about your project development progress and the shipping progress is very important between you and the backers. The funding pledge process of a crowdfunding project usually lasts for 1 month or 2 months. The time period is much longer than the traditional one-time pitch in front of the investors. When you update information, you're basically building the social connection with the backers as well. When you build a very close interpersonal relationship with each backer, you are more likely to get the fundings from the backer. Another key feature of backers is that they usually play a role as a watchdog after they invest in the entrepreneur's project. In the traditional investment progress, investors are stakeholders. After they invest in a project, if something negative happens to the project, the traditional investors tend to hide the bad news from the public because they don't want to lower any money return from this project. By contrast, backers are watchdogs. They usually don't have any money return from the crowdfunding project. So if they find something bad happens to the project, for instance, the entrepreneurs couldn't complete the project on time or on budget as promised, backers will immediately point this issue out on social media. Also, backers will share the entrepreneur's bad reputation with the backer's friends or family members on social media sites. So if you are an entrepreneur who develop a crowdfunding project on Kickstarter, you must keep any promise to the backers in order to get a sustainable success on Kickstarter. I hope this case study can give you an overview about Kickstarter and give you a better understanding about crowdfunding. I also strongly encourage everyone to develop some crowdfunding project and try out the Kickstarter website. This concludes this lecture. I'll see you soon in the next one.